We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. Headline inflation in the country accelerated to 8% this November from 7.7% in October. The Philippine Statistics Authority said this is mainly due to accelerating prices of food and non-alcoholic beverages. The top contributors to the November inflation are vegetables, meat, fish, and other seafoods. Red onion registered a higher increase at 15.8% inflation compared to the previous month and 47.2% year-on-year, the PSA said. Also contributing to the higher inflation rate are housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels at 6.9% and transport at 12.3%. The highest inflation rate per region is recorded in Davao at 9.7%, while the lowest is at the Bangsamoro region with 6% inflation rate. Inflation rate in the National Capital Region is at 7.5%. Socio-Economic Planning Secretary Arsenio Balisacan said the government will continue to implement targeted subsidies to alleviate the impacts of higher prices of goods and services in the country. Education, Health, and Social Welfare departments get the highest score among top-performing agencies in the country. The latest survey conducted by OCTA Research shows that 87% of adult respondents are most satisfied with the performance of the Department of Education, followed by the Department of Health and the Department of Social Welfare and Development. Meanwhile, OCTA noted the least performing agencies, which include the Department of Information and Communications Technology, Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development, and the Department of Migrant Workers. OCTA's Tugon ng Masa survey was conducted from October 23 to 27. The Department of Education, or DepEd, reminds its personnel that Christmas parties in public schools are voluntary and that solicitations for money and gifts are not allowed. Based on DepEd Order Number 52 signed by Vice President and Education Secretary Sara Duterte, Christmas parties in schools may be organized as long as it does not interfere with class activities. Contributing for parties, whether in cash or in kind, is voluntary, and excluding students who are unable to give contributions is not allowed. DepEd also encouraged schools to recycle old Christmas decors rather than buying new ones. Bringing of Christmas costumes, decorations, and exchange gifts are optional as well. Private schools, community learning centers, and state and local universities and colleges may choose to follow the department order in organizing their parties. The DepEd also urged its personnel to strive for a genuine celebration of hope, unity, and service every Christmas season. The Armed Forces of the Philippines reiterated its commitment to protect and promote human rights as it joined the observance of the National Human Rights Consciousness Week. AFP personnel renewed this pledge in Monday's flag-raising ceremonies at Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City. AFP Center for Law of Armed Conflict Director Brigadier General Joel Alejandro Naknak led the attendees in reciting the Pledge of Commitment. In a message, AFP Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Bartolome Vicente Bacaro said, committing to protect and promote human rights is part of their pledge to defend the lives and freedom of the Filipino people and the country. Meantime, the AFP CLOAC will facilitate various activities to raise the awareness of military personnel about human rights. The celebration of the National Human Rights Consciousness Week runs from December 4 to 10. Public and private agencies are urged to propagate a culture of respect for human rights to help in peace building and national unity. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Office of the Press Secretary and on Radio Pilipinas RP1. Stay tuned for more news updates. I am William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change.